we draw this flowchart to create a payslip in which we have to calculate the tax if the salary was less than 1000, so 0% tax. If the salary is in the range of 1000 and 2000, so this should be the tax. And if the salary is greater than 2000, then 25% of the tax and all these things. So now in this session, what we are going to do, we have to convert this flowchart into Python. Means we have to make the Python code for this thing. So let's start coding. So the first thing is, what we need to do, we need to ask for the salary. So salary and int, and we'll write any message here. So we will ask for the salary. We have to convert that thing into integer. Why we have to convert that into integer? Because we will be doing the calculations on the salary. We have to calculate the 25% or 15% tax here, and then again we have to use that thing in expressions. As we know that input will always take the non-numeric value or the string value. So what we are doing, we are asking for the value. When the value is entered, it should be converted into int, and then it will be stored in the salary variable in the form of integer. After taking the salary, my friends, what do we have here? If you look at the flowchart, straight away we have a condition. So ask for the salary. When the salary is entered, straight away check that salary. If that salary is in the range of, if that salary is greater than 1000. So my friends, what we need to do, we need to write the code for that thing, and we will check the salary if salary is greater than or equal to 1000. My friends, if the salary is greater than 1000 or equal to 1000, means if the condition is true, it will come here, and then straight we have a condition here. So when this condition is true, straight away we will check that thing again. Is that salary greater than equal to 1000, 2000? So my friends, this is the true part. All this block, all these instructions are in the true block. So we have to finish this true block first. And inside the true block, the first thing is the condition. Okay, so we will come here and we will indent it, and we will write another condition. That is what mentioned in the flowchart. So salary is greater than or equal to 2000. Now we are working on this condition. So if the salary is greater than 2000, then this is the true part. So when this condition is true, execute this instruction. And that is what we have to write in our Python code. Press enter, and again we have to indent that thing. So tax is equal to salary multiplied by 25 divided by 100. Okay. Yeah. So that part is done. That part is done. The condition is true. It will execute this line. But what we need to do now, we need to write the false, because that part is finished. We need to write this part. When the condition is false, we know how we can mention that thing. How we can tell the computer that when the condition is false, do this thing. For this case, we have to use else. So, and that else will belong to this if. We have two ifs. So we need to be very, very careful. So that else belongs to this if. So else means when this condition is false, do this instruction. And that is what we are going to write. So here we have to go back and we will write else, and then indent, and tax is equal to salary times 15 divided by 100. My friends, this is very important to understand. You need to be very, very careful that we are writing. So this else belongs to this if. So when this condition is false, it has to execute this part. How the computer will know that this else is with that if and not with that if? So it must be in the straight line of this thing. So that is how we tell computer that, Mr. Computer, this else is with that if. So if that condition is false, please execute this instruction. Okay. Now, my friends, what we need to do, we have finished all this part. Now what we need to do, we need to work on this one. So we have to write that, we have to tell him that if this condition is false, take tax 0. So now false, we know that whenever we want to write something for the false, that will come under the else. But that else will belongs to this if. Okay. So let's write the code for that one. And we will come here and we have to go back to the left extreme, and there we will write text is equal to 0. So now what we have done, we have converted this one into the flowchart, into the program. So now my friends, look at this one. So this else belongs to this if, and this else belongs to this if. So see, this is with, you have to write in the straight line of this one, and this will be the straight line of this. So this positioning is basically telling him that this else is with that one, and this else is with that one. Now what we need to do, we need to convert these two instructions into the code. Okay, so when everything is done, and these two instructions will always execute. If the control is coming via that direction, it will execute that thing. If the control is coming via that path or route, it will execute this thing. If the control is coming via that route, still will execute this thing. So these instructions are unconditional. They will always execute. So what we need to do, we need to write it here, and we will calculate the net. So net is equal to salary minus tax, and then what we need to do, we need to print. So we will print the proper message, your tax calculated is, and we have stored the tax in the variable tax. We will write tax here, and then print your net salary is, and then I'll write net here. Okay. So now let me maximize the screen and run the code. So salary is, for example, 900. And let's press enter. So my friend, what just happened here? The salary variable is created, and that value which user has entered is stored in salary. And now it will check this condition. Is this condition true? Is the value of salary greater than 1000? So what it will do, it will pick up that salary and it will compare it to 1000. Is it greater than 1000? Is the condition true? No, the condition is false. So if it is false, we know that when the condition is false, it will always execute the else part. And where is the else? This else of this if is this one. Okay, because that is in the straight line. So it will jump here and it executed that line. So it created the variable tax and stored 0 in that thing. And then it will definitely execute this line. So it picked up the value of tax, which is 900, minus tax, which is 0. The result is 900. So it created the variable and stored 900 there. And then it printed the message. So your tax calculated is, see 0. Why? Because see, the value of tax is 0. Your net salary is 900 because the value of net is 900. So that is how it displayed the result. Let's run this code again. And this time, let's give it 1500. Again, my friend, what happened? It stored the value 1500 in the salary variable. Now it checked the condition. Is this condition true? This one. So it picked up the value of salary, compared that thing with 1000. So yes, condition is true. So if it is true, it came inside, but there we have another condition. So it checked this condition again. So it picked up the value of salary. Is that greater than 2000? No, that is not greater than 2000. So this one is false. And this else is with that if. And we know that whenever the condition is false, it will execute the else part. So from there, it jumped here and it calculated, it picked up the value of salary, multiplied that thing with 15 and divided by 100. So the value was 225. It was stored here. So now from there, it will jump and it will come here and it will execute this line. So net, and it took the value 1500 minus 225. That is what we mentioned here. So the result is 1275. It stored the 1275 into net and then it printed both the values. Let's do the third example. Now let's run the code again, and here, for example, the salary is 10,000. So now the salary is 10,000. It is stored in the salary variable. Now it checked this condition. Is this condition true? It picked up the value of salary. Yes, this is true because the condition is the salary is greater than 1,000. So this is true. So it came inside and then it checked this condition. Is this condition true? So it checked the condition again. It picked up the value of salary. Is that salary greater than 2,000? So yes, this condition is true as well. So it came here and it picked up the salary, multiplied that thing with 25, divided it by 100. So the result is 250. 2,500, and it is stored in a variable text. Then it jumped because that is the else part for this one. This is false, so it jumped here, and then it will come outside because that else is with that if, and then it executed this line. It picked up the value of salary, which is 10,000. 10,000. 10,000 minus 2,500, and the result is 7,500. So it stored 7,500 here. Is the condition and then we have asked him to print that thing, so it printed this thing and that thing. So that is how, my friend, it works. We just need to understand one other thing, my friend. So this if is inside this if. We call that if a nested if. When if is inside the if, so the execution of that if depends on this one. If this condition is true, only then the control will come inside and this if will be checked or executed. I hope you understand this code, my friends.